Why, hello dear viewer, welcome back to a new video of me talking about random stuff because in the meantime, I'm doing the whole Switch thing. You've probably already gathered, like that I have one video where I do analysis and the other one I just do random stuff. I like doing that sort of thing where I switch in between two topics and do have a bit of fun, just relax a bit. And today we're going to do another fun video, or well, kind of fun. It's a bit analytical and maybe a bit, maybe a sort of prophecy towards Silksong. Who knows? It might have prediction, huh? So we've got this article by The Gamer, which I just recently discovered, which means about a few hours ago. And it's called 5 features from Hornet that we hope return in Silksong and 5 we don't. And we're going to analyze this article, not really like going into what this, like if they're using alliterations or something like that. That would be stupid and that would be school stuff, which I desperately want to avoid. No, we're instead going to talk about what features they want to return and what they don't want to have in the next game, and then I'm going to talk about my opinion on what they're saying. So basically me commenting on what they're saying that they want to have and don't have in the next game. And that makes total sense to me because it's a fine thing to do. And you might also have your opinion, and as I always say, really always, every bloody time, put your opinion down in the comments below if you disagree with me or agree with me or just want to, say something that what you want. Maybe your wife has left you or something, or Karen's taking the kids or something. I don't know. Just tell me things how you feel and stuff, and we'll have a fine conversation. So, Michael Christopher, let us begin seeing what you wrote. So the first don't they have, charms. Now that is a bit of one of a kicker because the charm system was kind of essential to the first game. And they say many of your abilities and tools in Hollow Knight stem from the charms that you can collect around Harnessed. Some of them grant abilities in combat, some make exploration easier, and some have other functions as well. They're vital to success in Hollow Knight, and managing which ones you want to equip is a task all of its own. Yeah, that seems fair. So, and they want a replacement, basically. They want something else that not has the charm system, basically. They want something new for Hornet because they think Hornet is a good isn't a character. I have to explicitly state that here. They don't think the charm system was bad for the first game. They just think that there should be something new in the second game. And I kind of agree. I must say I did really enjoy the charm system, and even though some people might like to complain, like yeah, some of them are obviously more powerful than others, some are obviously less powerful than others, and some others are completely useless. In the end, it doesn't really matter. It was a fun system, and it gave rise to new abilities and new things you could do and tricks, and was really interesting. I have like different charm sets equipped because I personally have mine. I have heard others which have completely different charm sets, which sounds unbelievable to me. I just thought mine were the best, and some other people might agree with me, some might say they're bad, or they might do something else. But I do agree with the author's opinion that there should maybe be a new system. And we already know that there's going to be a new system because there's going to be crafting, and she's going to have different gadgets and stuff which you can use. And they may also use up different other stuff which he has to collect, so who knows? Now the first do is grubs, and basically what the author says is that they want to collect things. Collecting things, and it was sort of like a good thing you could do on the side. And personally, I feel yeah, they do have a point. Having a stroke there. They do have a point. Collecting something in a bleak world, as a sort of side quest, is pretty fun, and I assume we're going to get something that we have to collect in the second game, like some sort of collectible. But there are also going to be side quests, so who knows how big this fetch quest is going to be. Like the grubs were pretty big. I mean, they were nearly everywhere, but it wasn't that hard, it wasn't that complicated, especially after you got the map and stuff from the collector. So even though I do enjoy these collectible quests, I think as long as they focus on good side quests, I'm okay no matter what, so it won't be that necessary for me. Don't loneliness. So they mentioned here again, before you get triggered, they do say that they like that thing for the first game, but they think that they should maybe have more for the second game. More NPCs, more talking, more having more a live world, so more characters and stuff to interact with. And I do agree The first one did have a few characters which I really enjoy. For example, Quirrell. I think Quirrell was my favorite character in the first game, but for the reason that he appeared so much in the game, because I like talking to someone. It was always really good for me when I came to sort of bench or something, and then there was Quirrell. Quirrell was just sitting there. That was a pure enjoyment for me, because it had sort of an entertaining feel to it, when you could actually see another character again and talk to them and have a moment of relief and stuff. So, haunting atmosphere. So, personally, I do agree. But I think for the second game would be also okay to not, do that atmosphere again. It would be okay for me to do more of an action or adventure atmosphere and have like a big expansive world. It doesn't have to be haunting for me. It doesn't need to be scary or shady or dark. It could look very lively, especially the gameplay from what we saw, like the Moss Grotto. It looked really alive and like a fresh world, and was really good to see all the different shades of green and the different creatures. I saw that was more of a tone fitting to Silksong, more of a world that's actually alive and not completely dead and ruined like it was in the first game. Lack of compass. One of the main challenges of Hornet is navigating the maze-like structure that is Harness. The map is vital in this game, and you'll be checking it repeatedly throughout your adventure. Platforming is difficult enough without having to constantly check that you're going the right way. So, I don't think I don't think that that's really a fair point of complaint. I think the map system was pretty good in Hornet. I actually like going around and inscribing new things and stuff on the map. And they say that it was good for Hornet, but Silksong shouldn't have it and just focus on the platform and exploration. But I think, with having Chakra as like the new map maker, I think that's still a very fair system, having her be the new Cornifer. And I still think that the map system really worked in the first game and will probably also work for the second one. Exploration. Speaking of exploration, blah blah. So, I do kinda agree. Exploring in the first game was really good. There was a big expansive world, and I really enjoyed that. I don't know how expansive I want it to be. I don't want it to be a world where I just lose the focus of what I'm doing when it's too big, I do want to have like, for example, if I'm doing a side quest, I don't want to walk 2,000 miles to get to the next point, just because, you could do all the exploring possibly. But I do think that exploring is a big part of the series and should stay that way, because it was really fun the first game, especially getting to see new kingdoms and new people. So yeah. Number 4, don't backtracking. Now that is a point I fully agree with. But I must say, backtracking is sort of something which you kind of automatically have to do, because sometimes it's just necessary when new things open up and you get new abilities that you will have to explore new areas and have to backtrack at least some bit. And I think basically that it should be possible and is probably necessary anyway, and that the developers are not really at fault for that one. It would be nice if there wasn't too much backtracking, so too much to see if there's a new character or a new area or something, or if something opened up. But a bit of backtracking I just think is necessary and has to be, accepted. Death. So they really like the death system, which they explain here. Personally, I did like it. It was a bit annoying oftentimes when my spirit or shade was locked into like a boss room and I had to get it anyway, so I was forced to do it by the game anyway, because I wanted my money back. And I had a fierce discussion. I saw a fierce discussion on the Hornet Discord, where they were arguing which system they should take, if they should leave it like in the first game or take a new one. And personally, I don't really have an opinion on that. I like the first one. I like it. I mean, if there was a boss where my shade was, I just defeated the boss, even if it was quite hard, and I had to do it multiple times, which is something you had to go through. And if they don't take it back, then I'll also be happy. So if it's just like normal, I mean, we did see that they had like this cocoon thing, where you get like some of your stuff back. I mean, yeah, just keep it that way. I don't really have a problem with that. Slow healing. So they argue here that the slow healing in Hornet 1 was, it could be a bit quicker, and we already saw that it's going to be definitely a lot quicker. Maybe there are some things like gadgets which might affect that, which might make it either slower but you get more, or it's going to be even faster, even though it's really fast in the game already. Maybe even faster, but you can hear like only 2 or something, or you can do it more often with less silk or something. There's probably going to be some sort of effect on that when you collect some stuff, or build yourself new gadgets and stuff. I didn't really mind it in the first game. I saw in the first game the healing was just fine. I mean, you could take, for example, quick heal, like take it as a charm and then charm or whatever, and just heal yourself up really quickly. I didn't think that was really a problem. I liked it that way. And even when I had to heal during a boss battle, I always just had to wait for a certain point to come on in the boss battle and then just heal in the corner, for example. I don't think that really was a problem. I wouldn't really complain if it was as slow, or we already know it's not going to be as slow, but even if it was slower, then I won't have a problem with it. Difficulty. So yes, I fully agree. I think personally I didn't really like the Pantheons, and I know people are going to hate me for it, or maybe don't. I don't know if that is a popular opinion. I personally thought the Pantheons were a bit boring and a bit too hard for the average player. For example, for me, I did manage in the end, but I still thought it was a bit annoying and tedious to do. But if they make it like from the same amount of difficulty, like for example the Path of Pain or White Palace, which I didn't have to take that long, like I had much longer for the Pantheons than for the Path of Pain or White Palace. I think even combined I had more challenge with Absolute Radiance and that stuff. So if they do the bosses or boss rushes, then they shouldn't do it that hard. I mean, maybe scale it down a little bit, but I wouldn't complain anyways, or whatever. But the platforming challenges can be a bit more difficult and stuff, and that was really fun to play as well, and really also got my heart kind of beating. For example, when I was on the last part of the Path of Pain, and then I had to go outside, and I left my Xbox on, and then miraculously it stayed on the entire time. I thought it would go out after a certain time or something, but seemingly it didn't, and I managed to play it to the end. Like half an hour later, I think I finished it and stuff. So around 2 or 3 hours or something. So that was great. That was a rewarding moment, and I do hope they keep it that way as well. The second game have some few difficult platforming challenges, things you have to balance, and that will just be a-okay for me. So what is your opinion on the do's and don'ts of the gamer and their opinions? You've probably read them already while I was talking. So if you have any opinion on them, write them down in the comments below. What should I do for my next video? Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I mean, what else would you be doing with your free time? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Speak soon.